You have to be careful about making a weird show or watching a weird show.
Good afternoon, everybody. This is Giles Edwards, and this that I'm appearing on is Pod 366, a Weird Movies podcast. Here with me is Pete Turbovich.
Yay, the inmates running the asylum.
And once again, we are. Our boss is on special assignment in locales exotic, fighting some sort of good fight, I'm sure. And that's perhaps just as well, seeing as we don't have too much to talk about. We have a new release, probably not playing near you, at least not for any time soon. We have another new release, which I've heard about on social media, so it's seems to have become much larger than the creators could have hoped for. We've got a restoration, we've got a recent release, and then we also have a menu of 366 After Dark options to advertise.
Oh,
So without further ado, I'm gonna click a couple buttons and see if I can't share something with all y'all. So let's click this. I'll click that. All right, Pete, can you
I'm
tell
up
me
to bat.
what do you see?
A couple of Asian gals having a conversation against a plain white background. She's all in gray and brunette. The other one's all in white and has a white, what looks like a really bleached white wig. And they're having a rather confrontational, up close conversational, I guess.
Yeah, that's
And that must be from our Japanese movie.
yeah, I do
Yeah.
believe it is in that Japanese movie, at least as it is well, shared with us stateside is titled Mag Mag. So there they are, two young Japanese women, one in white with white platinum blonde hair, one in gray with black hair, and she's got a book bag, so hopefully she has some tools to perhaps help her win this discussion. So I'm going to click stop share so I can see this screen better again. And what do we know about Mag Mag? Well,
Well, it seems to be a thriller, maybe a horror thriller, or maybe a horror comedy. I'm kind of picking up the vibe from the trailer. And it seems
yeah.
about a girl stalking a boy,
Yeah, and
but is also billed as being a very over-the-top revenge fantasy, I guess.
yeah, I took a
And
peek at the minute-long trailer, and the first half seemed very sort of quirky, bubbly rom-com thing, and then the tone darkened. So I'm gonna guess that reflects what's going on. I got a little spiel here from Starburst magazine, the link for which we will have in our podcast article. J horror tropes are turned on their head in this gleefully subversive comedy horror from director and comedian Yurian Retriever. A dark haired female spirit of vengeance, the sinister Mag Mag follows in the hollowed, damp footsteps of Ringu Sadoko, Juon's Kayoko, and so many more. You know the ritual. Mag Mag appears to the afflicted. Excuse me. Mag Mag appears to the afflicted shortly before their death, offering a horrific vision of eyeball-sucking terror during their final moments. Well, that sounds exciting. Did you check out the trailer, Pete?
yeah, like I say, and from what I saw of it, decent, I guess, but I can't really say too much more going in.
Yep, yep. Seeing a minute.
This is definitely something that's a little outside the usual oeuvre of Japanese horror. So hey, there's that.
Yeah,
And
and my eyes are drawn to gleefully subversive. I'd be interested to find a feature that's described as reluctantly subversive, but I suppose we all have our little phrases we lean on. Heaven knows I do as well. So that's Mag Mag, out now, I believe, in Japan and coming probably eventually to places more stateside. So this is a review we have posted up here from someone who saw it at Fright Fest back in no, 1st of November 2025. So we'll keep an eye on that thing. And let's see what our next.
nobody's ever gleefully complicit.
Oh,
Hardly ever.
I suppose there may come a day. All right, so we're gonna move on to item number two, which is a bit
There is.
blurrier.
That's kind of a murky. Oh, wait a minute. It's the murky movie. Yeah, this is it. This is a guy, I guess, very haggard looking guy, observing his own reflection in what appears to be a metal plate, maybe not exactly a mirror, with streaks of red going down, suggesting either blood or rusty water.
Yeah, or
And I would call this our science fiction space odyssey here.
yeah, and I think it might be a portal he's looking through. The
That could be it
trailer was
too.
ambiguous about what was going on, other than
Uh,
humanity is not in a good shape right now, and scientists are doing moonshot things to try to help it out. So, some overtones of 12 Monkeys to be sure. This,
mm, well, he's not going back in time, so there's no time
no,
travel,
but
at least as far as I know.
yeah, so excuse me, yes, thank you for
Okay,
that clarification. So,
but
not the
yeah,
time travel part, but definitely the desperate science angle is
right,
an
exactly.
impression I
Yeah.
got from the trailer here. This is for Iron Lung, which I am on social media, but I miss virtually everything that happens out there. But I have heard of this. So this is another thing that we will keep an eye on. The screen I'm looking at says in theaters next Friday, which may be this Friday by the time you're watching or listening to this. But I'm guessing it may be out already because I've already heard people talking about it. So that looks fun and another thing that may merely be a good science fiction movie, but fingers crossed it's a weird one too. So that is Iron Lung. Looks claustrophobic, dark,
Mm.
dreary, scary. So that's cool. Number three, there's a remastering coming out. I bet you recognize this fella.
Oh my goodness, whoever could that be?
Random
Making,
tousle-haired middle-aged guy.
yeah, and looking up from his desk, um, very unenthusiastically, I guess. Undertakers and police officers print your names on arrivals, it says on a sign on the front of the
Mhm.
desk. I'm just reading it off now. But
Yeah,
anyway, it looks like he's working in an office setting, maybe mid 80s there. He's very old-fashioned, old school, has a desk telephone and
yeah.
radio and perhaps a lunchbox
Yeah,
there.
looks like open lunchbox, and I like the little oof, really bedraggled Christmas tree in the corner of his desk
Is
there.
that
So
what that is? Yeah, I was wondering
it
what
may
that
be.
is. Anyway, and
Give
it's in
us
black and white.
it's in black and white, yeah, and behind him is a door where I imagine a point of interest is. What we're looking at here is an actor and director and writer, and for this movie, he was executive producer. This is David Lynch.
Yeah.
And he, I believe, is talking to a descendant of Dracula who has
Yep.
come to look at the corpse that they have in the back of a ancestor of hers. So the people at bam.org, and I'm not familiar with them, but some of you more in the know in the arts world probably are, uh, will be screening Michael Almereda's 1994 work of horror, produced executively by David Lynch, which centers on young vampire Nadja as she attempts to reunite with her twin brother following their father's death from a stake in the heart at the hands of Dr. Van Helsing, played by Peter Fonda.
Yeah, Peter Fonda's in this.
Yeah, and that's,
That was unexpected, but
yeah. I'm always happy to see Peter Fonda, especially late career Peter Fonda, when he dove into many various interesting things. So they'll be screening this. It looks like, starting today as you watch or listen to this, February and through the weekend. So if you are in the vicinity of this organization, you will have a chance to be among the first to see the restored version which, quote, fuses shimmering black and white 35 millimeter with the hallucinatory grain of pixel vision video. Trailer, I think, gave a hint to that, and that, oh, here's some clear image and here's some fuzzy video image. But I imagine it's used to adequate effect considering the pedigree of this project. Lynch was happy to put his name to it, which, of course, is more than can be said for at least one of the movies he actually directed. So yes, and you'll see David Lynch in top 90s form right on the heels of Twin Peaks
Wow.
adventuring. So that is there for those of you near Bam. Let's see, I can probably get a little more information about Bam. Where are you located? My gut instinct is New York City, but it
Yeah,
could
I
be.
think it is contemporary New
There we
York.
go.
Yeah.
Yep. Brooklyn Academy of Music, 30
Hmm.
Lafayette Ave, Brooklyn, New York. So those going to Brooklyn, living in Brooklyn, in the vicinity of Brooklyn this weekend, make sure you shuffle over for a probably once in a lifetime experience of Nadja remastered on the big screen. Continuing our black and white vibe, we have this item. Now, there are a
Oh,
number of things
yes.
going on here. Pete, tell us, lay the scene down for
Wow.
us.
This is a guy with a beard, and he appears to be either laying down or strapped down, as he is attended in a room with a bunch of cluttery stuff hanging in the background. And two figures are appearing next to him, perhaps wheeling him in on a hospital gurney, or just his that's his nightmare demons for the night. One woman in a glowing white top and long black pigtails, and then a guy with his TV set on his head, which just gave me a Dead Leaves flashback. Oh wow! You ever
Yeah.
seen Dead Leaves?
I have not.
Asian, 2000. It was somewhere in the 2000s anyway. I
Hmm.
recently did 10 weird things on that one. That was my most recent one. Anyway, that guy also wears TV on his head. But yes, and this is a premise that when you first say it, everybody's gonna groan and say that's so played out, but it's about a guy compelled to play a video game in real life where the stakes are real life
Yeah.
stakes.
I,
However, the way this is executed puts it on the map.
yep. This
I've seen the
this
trailer anyway.
this is a still from Obex, which I managed to see at Fantasia this past summer. It was toward the tail end of the festival, so I was kind of running out of steam. I just gave it a little write up, but more recently, I was happy to enjoy it again through a screener for a fuller review, which is on the website, and I suspect may well be linked on the podcast post page. Obex is a lot of fun. And yes, this is a general premise we've seen before, but as Pete said, this is a different take on things. The first half of it is all about just this guy. In 1987, something of a shut-in. He's in his mid 30s, and his main job seems to be composing computer portraits. He advertises in a an industry magazine. Send him $5 and a snapshot, and he will convert it for you through a. There are a couple beautiful scenes of him typing up with colons, semicolons, apostrophes,
It's called text-based art.
text-based art. Thank you, Pete. And
ASCII and ANSI art character graphics from the 90s. I in fact did that exact thing
oh,
for money sometimes. So
ha, wonderful.
yeah, back in the day. So it really gave me flashbacks. There's a lot
Yeah.
of retro tech in this movie. Macintosh computers, floppy disks, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Retro graphics in the game.
And yeah, so this fella who's shut in has a dog. He sees an advertisement for the game Obex, which promises to bring the player literally into the game. You send them a VHS recording of yourself in various poses, doing various movements, and they promise that you will be the star of Obex, and that this character Connor gets a bit more than he's bargained for by agreeing to this when he finds, oh, the demon in the game has kidnapped his dog. So he goes on a delightful little adventure quest to retrieve his lost friend. And yes, the three people you saw in there, one of them was Connor in his adventurer form. He has just been revitalized. The individual on the left is I believe, a sort of a fairy shopkeeper woman who has
Oh,
helped him out before with supplies. And the character on the right goes by the name of Victor, after the television model that, yes, his full name is RCA Victor Model 14S774G, but you can call him
okay.
Victor. And these two help out Connor in pursuing the demon lord in the land of Obex.
So in other
So,
words, there are a couple of NPCs helping him, and in this photo, he's just respawning
yeah, yeah, he has
in
recently had a
RPG land.
brush with an end-game scenario that he's fortunately recovering from. But yeah, so yeah, lots of fun, lots of exploration of loneliness, some trauma overtones, but overall a very pleasant and gentle tone to the film, which I found very refreshing.
You saw the whole thing?
Yeah, I saw the whole thing twice.
Does it give you vibes similar to Hundreds of Beavers? Just with the live action with the guys in the costume heads.
I mean, it's certainly the movie I could see shown alongside with it because yeah, Hundreds of Beavers is another. Certainly black and white, tending toward dialogue free, but also with Hundreds of Beavers, there's, a fun
The Beavers.
innocence thing going on, which,
Right. And when he's
tonally,
fighting against the guys with the alien heads, that's kind of the part that reminded me of that.
yeah, yeah. So this
Yeah.
is kind of, yeah, actually, yeah, a fun little double feature if you're looking for some contemporary black and white that are doing the same thing that's been done for decades, but in a fun, exciting, bold new way. So
Yeah.
that's Obex. I imagine we're bringing it to your attention. Oh, I don't know. Do you know why we're talking about this? I mean, it's a good movie to talk about, but I'm just trying to think.
It's probably out on
Ah,
something.
yes. Obex is now on VOD, so you can stream this
Oh, video on demand.
probably for rental or purchase. We will undoubtedly have links for either of those paths, and hopefully this will be the kind of thing be picked up by, oh, any of the cool contemporary boutique Blu-ray types to have a nice little special edition coming out at some point. I almost guarantee it because this is exactly the kind of movie that deserves that kind of love. And so those are the four newish things. Two new movies, one near you, one less so. One restoration, probably not near you, but almost certainly as such coming out at some point. I bet that's going to get the old 4K Blu-ray double whammy release sooner rather than later, and Obex on VOD. And we were provided something of a challenge option. And so what's going to come up next? I'm going to have you describe. It's a
Uh-oh.
simple picture. I will share one last time here. And click share, and I'll click this. What are we looking at here?
Well, we are looking at an outdoor shot of the Beverly Cinema with advertising the movies Death Proof and Wicker Man and Pee Wee's Big Adventure with a line of theater goers lining up outside the theater. And it says it's the Beverly Cinema marquee.
Yeah, so this is been revitalized, I believe, and I guess worth pointing out that the Wicker Man on display Saturday midnight, as of this photograph, is the '06 version, um, which I made the sensible decision to see that before I saw the original. Um, through
Oh,
happenstance mostly. But yes, the '06 Wicker Man, the only thing to really recommend it is Nicolas Cage, specifically his scene in the classroom. You get some very cagey vibes. Oddly enough, the Not the Bees GIF, which is internet famous for decades now, that shot doesn't actually appear in the movie.
yeah.
But anyway, Beverly Cinema is up to something fun and exciting. I have an internet link here, which I imagine we're going to share. They're going to be doing I don't know, a sort of festival style thing of their own with, quote, Europe's and Hollywood's finest adult films.
So they're doing kind of a stag film festival.
Yeah, it for a
Yeah.
certain type of stag goer. Some of
Yeah,
the
I see their schedule lineup.
um,
And
yeah,
I am a perv, okay? And yet I think I've only seen like a couple of these.
yeah. So the titles here, we got the student nurses, private duty nurses, and the young nurses triple feature, or I don't know how long those all are, showing up of a Monday night. There's Wife Mistress, there's Revenge of the Cheerleaders, there's Sex on the Run, Emmanuel. I know the title, haven't seen the movie. What else? Oh, Russ Meyer's Vixen will be played at some point in the realm of the senses is coming onto the big screen. Arabian Nights from Pier Paolo Pasolini. So that's going to have lots of stuff going on, possibly with some religious commentary. Who can say? We know Pasolini was had at least one axe to grind. What else? Flash Gordon is going to be on display this month at the Beverly Theater. Caligula, the ultimate cut. So if you're looking forward to 3 or 4 hours of semi-tedious epic
Caligula.
interrupted by some very hardcore sex, then you're in luck. You can go Thursday or Friday night at the end of the month and appreciate this with fellow connoisseurs of whatever type of cinema that is. And they'll be wrapping things up with Deep Throat and final night with Hot Summer in the City. So, um, those in the Beverly Boulevard area
Uh,
can tool on over and enjoy some big screen stuff going on there. General admission $14. Seniors get a discount, and midnight movie screening also available for a number of these. And unless noted, they tell me at the bottom of this little flyer, all programs presented on 35 millimeter film. So get a real cinema experience, plenty of popcorn and brown coats, and you'll be all set. So I think that
where is the Beverly Cinema at?
that's a good question. It's on 7165 Beverly Boulevard. I'm gonna guess.
California?
Yes, yes. Let's
Oh,
see.
California. Okay.
Beverly Cinema. Here we go. TheNewBev.com. Tell us about this like an address. I like an address. Go all the way down here. Oh, okay. They're not going to immediately tell me about the address here. But yes, this is, well, they say what? 1 block from the La Brea Tar Pits, I think. 1 block west of La Brea. So,
Oh, that neighborhood.
yeah, yeah. Oh, over there on that Pacific Coast thing.
Yeah, that part.
So that looks like it's doing well, and it seems they've got some lineups that are unrelated to adult movies coming up as well. Uh, Coming up, oh, this will be a fun time for lots of people. Looks like coming up in September will be a Shawscope extravaganza, and then
Hmm.
looks like gearing up for some general classic, including some Halloween stuff in October. So, those living near the Beverly Cinema have a lot of great options coming up, and the immediate ones are all about Europe's and Hollywood's finest adult films.
Hmm.
And that's the news of the week. We should have more in the coming weeks because I do know next week there will be, we are hoping to have an interview lined up with a filmmaking duo from something we reviewed recently. And of course, in the last part of February, Slam Dance is doing its thing, and that's always, we can always count on that for a few neat little titles that are ignored by the recently relocated Sundance, which I think had 1.5 titles that interested us. But Pete, you mentioned before we started recording that today, as people are enjoying this
Oh,
podcast,
yes.
is a
It's
special
time for
day.
our book entry of the day. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah. We'll
indeed.
leave
With
that.
with this book, every
The
day is a special day.
366 Weird Movies Guide. It's a 2 volume guide. Buy it for your friends. Buy it for your weird movie geeks for Christmas. We please support this channel. Anyway, And we are looking at February 6th. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Yeah. February 6th is the day that Zardoz was released. Zardoz, 1974. We've written up here. We've interviewed the guy who wrote the book on it one time here. So that's the weird movie of the day. And if you've never seen Zardoz and you're in weird movies, man, what are you doing? Go see Zardoz immediately. It's like canonical to weird movie viewing.
It is canonical. It's number 78 on our canonical list. It's been on the list since February 9th, 2011. So, gosh, that means in 3 days from when you see this, you can celebrate its 15th anniversary of certification. Because that's
Okay,
how
there you
long,
go.
because we've been around a while now.
Yes. That's one of the original blogs on the internet, in fact. I
Uh,
remember when blogs first came out in the 2000s, and everybody jumped on this bandwagon saying, I'm going to blog my way to a publishing contract. And we
hmm.
all did that, including me. But 366weirdmovies.com is one of the few that actually managed to see that project all the way through until publishing a double volume, in fact.
Yeah. And
So yeah.
we let's see, looking back, I've been with the firm now for almost 11 years myself, which is
Yeah, I'm close to there. I remember my very first guest review for 366 was the tube, the one with tubes, down the tubes it was called, or it was called oh boy, it's the one that's like a 1950s sitcom from an alternate universe.
ah,
And I really should make a bigger case for that one being included in the Apocrypha sometime,
let's
but anyway,
see. Yeah, I got
my very first, that was Meet the Hollowheads. That's it.
yes,
That
yeah,
was the original. That was
September.
another name, but it was also released in an alternate title down the tubes.
Yeah, September
Anyway,
2016. Guest review by Penguin Pete Turbevich. Yes, Meet
yeah.
the Hollowheads, aka Life on the Edge. Oh, starring Juliet Lewis, no less.
What year was that?
This movie came out in 1989.
No, I mean, when did I review it?
Excuse me, September of 2016.
2016. So wow,
Yeah.
that's So it's been less than 10 years for me
Yeah,
on the site.
yeah, and I must have slid in
Oh,
here just before you. So, and we've hung around, and yes, I remember when 366 hit its final movie of certification. There was some discussion as to what to do, and because of you, lovely listeners, readers, supporters, viewers, subscribers, and boosters, we decided to continue doing what we were doing without any interruption to speak of. And we've got a couple new reviewers who are giving us work today, as well as good old standbys like Pete here, Shane, L. Rob Hubbard, and a few others. So yeah, it's
yeah.
all told, it's got a real cozy uh, feel to
One
it
more
for
bit of
me.
weird movie news. I just wanted to point something out. Melania is in theaters.
Oh God, unfortunately, it's been
Catch it quick before it closes.
toying in the back of my brain that a case could be made for us to approach
Yeah,
that
I know.
thing.
It's sometimes a movie is weird just because of its
Uh,
circumstances.
yeah.
But if it's
Mm.
actually there and it's actually the most tedious thing that has ever been sat through, if it's so torturous that you could use it to extract confessions out of Manchurian candidates,
Yeah.
then that would really make it stand out.
Yeah, I've
I
read two
want to find
things.
out. I know already it is going to be an experience in pure pain,
Yeah, I've read
but
two
uh,
things
but I'm
about
kind of
it.
interested in seeing it.
Yeah, two things I read about it. One, virtually no one is going to see it. And the other was a great snippy remark. At least Leni Riefenstahl knew how to frame a shot. So, which, as a former student of film, I appreciated the shout out to the first fascist filmmaker, um, who at least knew how to do her job, unlike whoever was behind this thing, which
Wow.
is probably soon to leave theaters. But
The director was also, I believe either the director or the producer of that movie was also on the Epstein Island list.
oh yeah, yeah. Then
And
there's
yeah,
so much news,
one
but
review I One review I heard of it was saying that they showed it on a plane and people still walked out.
Boom. Wonderful. I hyperbole, but I can believe it. Yeah. So, well, anyhow, that I think that wraps up our news for weird movies for the week. So check out Mag if when you can. Check out Iron Lung because you can. Check out Nadja if you can, or otherwise wait for the inevitable DVD release. Obex, I highly recommend you check that out on VOD. That is great on a big screen, but also very small screen friendly, what with its focus on old televisions and computer monitors, which well, I remember when I got my first 17-inch computer monitor and thought, man, that's huge. And
Wow.
obviously, time has moved forward. So
Yeah.
that's what we got here. I got a final round of boosterism for us, Pete?
Nah, not much going on.
Okay, well, then I'll rebooster that. Please do like, share, subscribe, leave comments, say great things, pass along to your friends and enemies. Get copies of our book for any place you might end up being. I imagine no house is complete without the two in each room, so you don't have to carry them around with you. And other than that, do pay attention next week, where we're hoping to interview a pair of filmmakers from a recently reviewed movie. And we'll be exploring further interview opportunities down the line, along with Slam Dance coverage coming at the end of this month. Sound good?
Sounds great.
Excellent. So that's me and Pete.
All right, that's a quick one then.
It's a quick one. Signing off.
Weird. Yeah, I guess that is the word for it. Weird.